Hello everybody, Dan with TrendSpider here, and I'm here to give you a little bit of a preview of our new market scanner. Now this is something that we're going to be launching any day now. So the plan is to get it out the door by the end of January, and we're working really hard to do that. And I'm really proud and really happy to have an opportunity to make this video and show you around what we built. So if you can see my screen, you'll notice that I have TrendSpider open, my standard account. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Market Scanner on the top right corner. And when I do this, it's going to open up this Market Scanner dialog at the bottom half of my screen. First thing you're going to notice is on this left-hand panel here, there's a list of pre-saved scans. When you log in for the first time, you're going to see several dozen here. We've pre-built a whole bunch of them. We're just in the middle of testing them right now, and these will become available to you the moment this becomes available to customers to try. But let's pick one of these. Let's pick this multi-time frame moving average and RSI scan. And you can see that when I click on it, it's going to select the scan and show it to me here. And what this is looking for is for price on the daily chart to have closed above the 50 period SMA from the weekly chart. And we're also looking for the RSI 5 candles in the past to be oversold below 40. Now, that's the conditions we might want to look for. We may say, you know what, we want to look for something else. We want to look for a TD sequential. Whatever we're looking for, we can select that. So let's actually go with the TD sequential pattern here. This is one of my favorites. This is a series of 9 candles, each one closing below the one 4 before it. So we've got that set up here, and you can see how this sequence condition is very simple. Right. Next thing we're going to select is we're going to select a universe to search through. So right now it's selected a Dow Jones. We want to search through more than just that. So let's go down here and let's find the S&P 500. Next thing it's going to ask us is what type of chart do we want to search on. We can search by range wrap charts. We can search by Heikin-Ashi. These are independent here because they don't have traditional opens and closes. Or we can go by traditional open, high, low, close candles, which is what we're going to choose. The last thing to point out here is this current candle checkbox. If this is on, then the last candle is today's candle or the current 5-minute candle. Whatever candle might currently be open. It may not be closed. If this is checked off, it means it will wait for candles to be completely closed before it considers them as part of a scan. I have it selected to current candle on. That means that the candle that I'm looking at here has to actually be, or may still be open. It may not have closed yet. Now, this is selecting the 5-minute chart. I may want to scan the 5-minute chart, but I also may want to scan a different time frame. Instead of having to go through each one of these and change them by hand, we provide this handy set all time frames option. So I can go up and say, you know what, I want to find any chart with the TD sequential bullish pattern in the S&P 500 on the 65-minute time frame. I don't actually know if this is going to work, but I'm going to click scan and we're going to find out. Looks like it's working. So we've found a whole bunch of symbols that have actually sold off a little bit, and we can start to click on these and look at them. Right, and when I select this, since these are all in the same time frame, it's going to automatically take me to that time frame, and I can now use my arrow keys to flip through this watch list here. You can see how easy that is. Now, I might say I really like the scan, so I'm going to click save here. Right, it's called TD Sequential Pattern Bullish, and I may now want to see this scan open on my screen. So what I can do here is I can actually close the market scanner, but I can select that scan as a watch list. And what's really neat about this is that same exact list I was just looking at. It's got the same symbols in it. And I can flip through this list without having a big scanner open at the bottom of my screen. And I can go through it with my arrow keys and use whatever technical analysis tools and features that I use on it in order to determine if there's something for me to trade here or not. Now, while we're talking about opening a scanner in a watch list, one other thing you can do here that's really neat, and that's have multiple scanners open at one time. So the way you do that is you click on this little widget thing, and you can then control what's available in your watch list. And you can add different elements. So I can add a second watch list here, for example. And now I have 2 separate watch lists and an alerts panel here. I can customize this fully. So should I choose to just remove the alerts thing, but I want to add a third watch list, I can do that as well. And you can see how that might look here. Now my right list might be the Dow Jones 30, or I might pick the S&P 500. I might pick a watch list that a system watch list, a system generator, or one that I've created. But I can also select different scanners. So if I, for example, want to have my TD sequential scanner run against the S&P 500, but also a Keltner-Bollinger Band squeeze scanner running against a different list, I can have both of these lists open together. And if a symbol happens to be in more than one list, and you can see I clicked on Apple in this scan, it's also in the S&P 500, the system will highlight that for me. And that's really interesting in case you happen to come across a symbol that shows up in multiple scans or multiple watch lists of yours. This gives you a quick way to see that, because when you select it, it'll select it everywhere that it exists. So I hope you found this interesting. The scanners are one of the coolest things we've built in a long time. I can't wait to get your feedback and hear what you think of them. They'll be available in TrendSpider very, very soon. And I definitely recommend you take advantage of our 7-day free trial if you haven't already, to give it a shot and to take a look and see for yourself how TrendSpider can help make you a better trader. Thank you and have a good day.